Welcome back student to our online classes. We are on this chapter nutrition in animal. Okay, this is part 2 of our chapter. It's a class 7 chapter, chapter number 2, biology chapter. Till now we have discussed the 4th step of nutrition. Okay, now in today's video we will discuss the 5th step and the last step of our digestion process, that is egestion. Okay, E means removal. Okay, in this process we are getting rid of the undigested part of our food. Okay, so let's discuss this. The undigested part and the unabsorbed food moves into the large intestine. Till now we have discussed that our food pipe, then our stomach, then our small intestine. In the last part we will discuss about large intestine. Okay, to the part what follow. All the undigested food from the small intestine move to the part of the large intestine known as colon. Okay, where some amount of the water and salt which can be absorbed further. Okay, only useful part of undigested food is water and your salt, which is digested in the colon part of your large intestine. Now we are remaining with the undigested part. Okay, after absorption of salt and water, the remaining undigested food that moves to second part of your large intestine known as rectum. This is the diagram of your large intestine. This part is rectum. So undigested food stored here. Okay. Then from here it is stored, and body will get body will remove this food from the last part of your large intestine known as anus. Okay. From here your undigested food will get out of your body. Your body will get rid of that undigested food from that part. Okay. It is regulated by a sphincter. Okay, sphincter is anything which is related to brain. When you feel like you have to get rid of your waste, you can get rid of your waste. Okay, till then your food will be stored. Undigested food will be stored here, rectum. Okay, when you feel like you want to get rid of that undigested food, it will get out of the body through anus. Okay, that's all about the nutrition in human. Now we will talk about the nutrition in ruminants. Okay, they have a special organ known as rumen, and we will discuss about that in our next slide. Okay, this is about the digestion in grass eating animals. Grass eating animals also known as ruminants. Okay, so plant eating animals such as cow, deer, goat, buffalo, camel and yak quickly swallow their food after chewing once. What will happen? They chew their food, the food gets inside their stomach, but that food will back to their mouth again. That's the whole difference between ruminants and other animals. Their food will be back again in their mouth for further digestion. Okay, and the difference is ruminant can digest the grass, but human cannot digest the grass because of absence of organ known as rumen in humans. That organ is present in your ruminants. Okay, so what will happen? The swallowed food goes inside the chamber known as rumen. Rumen is the first part of the stomach, ruminant. Okay, they bring back the food later to the mouth and chew it again. That food will bring back to the mouth and they will chew it again, and that food is known as cud. Now that food is called as cud. The food will the food goes inside the stomach, from mouth to stomach. Which part of stomach? Rumen. And then back to the mouth. Now this is known as cud. They chew it again. These animals are called ruminant, and the process is called rumination. Stomach of a ruminant consists of 4 compartments. First is human, which we have discussed. Second is reticulum. Third is omasum, and fourth one is ovimasum. Okay, what are the 4 the chambers of ruminant? First is your lumen, then your reticulum, then your omasum, then your apomasum. Okay, the swallowed food first enter into lumen, which we have discussed, where the microorganism begin the digestion. Start in the lumen. Okay, the digested food cellulose, the most complex carbohydrate cellulose, start digestion inside the lumen. Okay, in the first chamber, the lumen and the reticulum, food is mixed with saliva and separated into will mix with saliva. It will shake and it will mix completely. Then the food will bring back to the mouth for further chewing. Okay, further grinding. Because we have to digest most complex carbohydrate. That's why we have to chew it again. Next, the curd brought back to the rumen. Again back to the rumen after mouth, where it is chewed slowly and by completely mixing it with saliva. Again it will completely mix with saliva and further broken down. Okay. When the curd is chewed and swallowed again, it will enter into third compartment. What is third compartment? Omasum. Okay. Where the food is broken further into simple component, simple compound that enter into abomasum, last part of the stomach. Okay. Hydrochloric acid and the digestive juices are present in that chamber, and food will fully digest in the fourth chamber. Okay. It is then sent to the small intestine. Now the process will synchronize with human. Now again the same process. The food is digested now. It will get inside. It will go into small intestine for absorption, and leftover undigested food will be passed through the large intestine from where it is excreted. Same process as human. Just the difference is the chambers of the stomach. Four chambers of the stomach. Okay. Grass-rich cellulose, which human cannot digest because of absence of four chambers in the stomach of human, which is present in ruminant. That's why they can digest the most complex carbohydrate. Okay. This is the typical ruminant stomach. Start with the mouth, then your rumen. Then from rumen get back the food will back to the mouth again for the further chewing. Then after that, here rumen and reticulum will play. Then after that, it will go into the omasum, third chamber, then abomasum, fourth chamber, where all the acid and juices are present, which will digest the food. Then the process will synchronize with human digestion. That is, food will go inside the small intestine for absorption and assimilation. Then the undigested food will go inside the large intestine, and the body will get rid of that undigested food. This process is known as excretion or egestion. Okay. And the undigested or partially digested food that comes from human inside the mouth is known as curd. Okay. That's all about rumination. Okay. We are done with our all the topics of this chapter. Now we'll deal with NCERT questions. The very first question is, the main step of nutrition in the human are dash, 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 and dash. We have discussed it thoroughly. The very first step is ingestion. Second step is digestion, then absorption, then assimilation, and last step is egestion. Okay. Next is the largest gland in the human body is, which I have told you, the largest gland in the human body is liver. Liver is the largest gland. Okay. Third is the stomach, release hydrochloric acid and dash juices, digestive juices. Okay. Stomach will release digestive juices. The inner the wall of small intestine has many finger-like projection or outgrowths, which are villi, which are also known as villi. Okay. Last one is amoeba, digest the food in the form of vacuoles. Okay. Next is true and false. Very first is digestion of starch started in the stomach, which is false. It is started in the mouth. The tongue helps in mixing food with the saliva, which is true. Yes, it helps. The gallbladder temporarily store the bile, which is true. Okay. The ruminant bring back the swallowed grass into their mouth and chew it for some time, which is very true, known as cutting. Okay. Next is proof that pick the correct answer. First is it is MCQ question. The question is mark the correct option. Fat is completely digested in the stomach, mouth, small intestine, large intestine. What is the answer? The fat is completely digested in your small intestine. Correct answer is fat is completely digested in small intestine. Okay. Second is water from the undigested food is absorbed mainly in, first is stomach, then your food pipe, then small intestine, large intestine. Answer is large intestine. Water is completely absorbed in large intestine. Okay. Before the egestion process. Now to that match the following question. Food components, product of digestion. Carbohydrates, sugar, protein, amino acid. The smallest part, that if you broke down the protein into smallest part, then it will form amino acid. Then fat, fatty acid, and glycerol. Okay. Now question is what are villi? What is the location and function? So we have discussed villi are finger-like projection in the inner wall of your small intestine. Okay, they are found in small intestine, so their location is small intestine, and their function is they will increase the surface area. Okay, suppose a wire like this, right? If we just that form a finger-like projection of this wire, then we can that place the same wire, okay, with the longer length in the small area. We can fit the longer wire in the small area by just changing its shape into villi like the finger-like projection. That's what we are doing in case of villi. Okay. Now what will happen? The small intestine with the larger pipe-like structure will fit into the small surface. Okay, it will increase the surface area of the small intestine. Okay, smaller place, large that small intestine can fit in the smaller place. That's what we are doing. Okay. For the absorption, because we need large area for the absorption and we don't have that much area in our body, we have limited area in our body. So what can it do? It can just change its that shape into villi like that structure, which can increase the surface area for absorption. Okay. Next one is what are the bile? Where is the bile produced? Which component of the food does it help to digest? Okay, so bile is produced in the liver. It is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, sac-like structure gallbladder. It helps in digestion of fat. Okay, fat get digested by the bile juices. Next is which part of the digestive canal can involve in absorption of the food? Small intestine. Chewing of the food, your mouth. Okay. Then killing of the bacteria, your stomach because of presence of the HCl. Then complete digestion of the food, small intestine. Formation of ficus, large intestine. Ficus is undigested solid part, okay, of your food. Write one similarity and difference between nutrition in amoeba and human being. So similarities are digestive juices in amoeba are secreted into food vacuoles, and in human the digestive juices are secreted in stomach. This is similar. Okay, both secrete digestive juices and small intestine. Then the juices converted in the complex food into simpler food. Similarity. This is similarity. Both release digestive juice which convert the complex food into simpler food. Okay, the difference is amoeba capture the food with the help of pseudopodia, false feet, right? But the human engulf the food with the help of mouth. They take up the food with the help of mouth. Okay, that's the difference. Match the item in the following is suitable in column 2. So salivary gland, the function is to release the saliva, secrete the saliva. Stomach, release acid. Liver, release bile juices. Okay. Rectum, storage of undigested food till we get rid of it. Small intestine, digestion is completed and absorption is started. Only one part, that is food and salt, will be absorbed in your large intestine. So in large intestine, absorption of water. Okay. Now labeling of the diagram. I want you to do that. Okay. So this is your typical human digestive system made up of a single canal started from your mouth till the rectum. Till the anus. Okay. This is the typical digestive that system of human. Okay. So started with the mouth, then this part is stomach, J-shaped structure, stomach. Okay, then stomach. Just beneath the stomach, pancreas are located. Okay, and above the stomach, somewhere here, liver, and this is gallbladder. Okay, the liver from the juices, bile juices, which are stored in gallbladder. Okay, then this the inside structure is small intestine, and the outside structure is large intestine. Large intestine can be divided into three compartments. First one is colon, where water and salt get that absorbed. Then your rectum is store the undigested food, and your anus from which we get rid of undigested waste. Okay. Now, can we survive only on raw leafy vegetable? Yes, give reason, no, give reason. So, we know that animal, fungi, bacteria, non-green part and human beings are not have the ability to make their own food, right? We don't have ability to make their own food. We depend directly or indirectly on plants for our food, okay? They depend on autotrophs for their food directly or indirectly, okay? The green plant, leafy vegetable, trap the solar energy and make their own food, right? In form of glucose. So we can say that leafy vegetable and grass can provide sufficient energy to help us to survive. So the answer is yes, we can survive because ultimately we are getting everything from plant only, every source from plant only. And green leafy vegetable have chlorophyll, they make their own food. So we can say that we can survive, though we need variety of food. But if the question says that can we survive, yes, we can survive. Okay. So that's all for this chapter. I want you to go through all the topics in detail till now. Thank you. Okay.